Hello! It is the end of May. Specifically, it's the first day of June when we're recording this, but that means podcast time.
Yay!
As it has been foretold, it is time to look back on what was May. News, games, and the stuff that we're looking forward to in June. And there's a lot of stuff, so we just gotta go.
Let's get into it.
We just gotta go. And
George, shut up. Get into it. Right
okay,
now.
Battlefield 1, Ryan.
Wait, which one?
The first one.
Wait, the one that came out like early 2000s, right?
No, the one's coming out this year.
I don't understand
2016.
what you're saying to me, George.
Battlefield 1 was announced. It is a game that takes place in World War One. You might be asking yourself, Ryan, well, World War One, isn't that just trench warfare and boring stuff? You would be wrong. There's planes, there's horses, there's people who, flew stuff. I don't know much about World War One. I don't know. Play that Ubisoft game with the dog?
Oh my god. So is the title just like Battlefield and then a 1?
Yes, Battlefield, not like spelled out 1. Battlefield, the number. Not even the Roman numeral 1. Battlefield, the normal number 1.
That seems intentionally confusing.
Because, Ryan, like I said, because without this game, you wouldn't have Battlefield 2, 3, and 4. It is the genesis of modern warfare.
No, What?
And by that I mean, World War One's a weird war because, one, in the United States, we don't really talk about it a lot, I feel, because, it's the war before World War II, who fucking cares? But, for, the other people in that conflict, it is a really bad war. Generations.
It was mad.
People lost a generation of people. It's really bad. And it's the genesis of modern warfare because people were figuring shit out. Most people died in tanks because they didn't know how the fuck to use them. But DICE says that what they have planned for it is really exciting and will fit well with the Battlefield formula. It's more exciting than doing another future fucking game, I guess.
Yeah, I'm getting a little tired of those.
So, yeah, that's the only reason I included this, because I'm looking forward to an exciting new
I'm so excited to play Battlefield 1.
On your Xbox One. In 2016.
Wait.
Moving on, Ryan. I don't give a shit
it.
about you.
Okay.
Persona 5 has a Japanese release date, Ryan. It was announced earlier this month in a live stream where they also announced the anime series, which I figure there's a lot of anime series for Persona. But yes, it'll be coming out September 15th, 2016. It is going head-to-head. I think it's going head-to-head with Final Fantasy 15. If it doesn't come out that week, it comes out the week after.
That does not seem like the best move.
I'll tell you this right now, Persona 5 will probably outsell Final Fantasy 15 in Japan.
In Japan, yes.
Yes. Well, maybe not here because people are more... We buy hype really easily, and Square's been... Yeah.
Do you think there'll be a long delay in it being released in Japan versus
I don't think so. I think they've been doing it kind of at the same time. I would imagine...
you're saying a month later?
If it comes out in November, in October, I think that game is dead. I'd say... Best case scenario, it could do if they were released in 2015. 2016. If they had to, December, I can maybe see that doing well. But if you can't, wait till February or January.
December's pretty slow, I feel.
Yeah,
because I feel like everything.
And people are on break. People would like an RPG because this is Persona's fucking long.
Yeah, they are.
I guess it is a year condensed in a game because every game is a year of these kids' life condensed into one video game. And with all the relationships and all of that goes through. So, again, that is a very long game. I think Christmas would feel really good because, again, it is the new year. You're feeling like, oh, man, you're reflecting. And then suddenly this game is in your life and you just get off and you start crying because it's the best game ever made.
Moving on.
Yes, moving on. Star Wars Battlefront 2 and Titanfall. I'm jumping ahead of myself, silly George. Visceral Star Wars game as well. So, Star Wars Battlefront 2 will come out in 2017. And the Visceral game, which is led by Amy Hennig of Uncharted fame, will come out in 2018.
Okay.
And this is stating that a Star Wars game will be published by EA every year going on, as long as they have the license.
That seems like a bad idea.
Does it, Ryan? It makes a lot of money.
It does make a lot of money, but as we know, whenever companies push out a franchise like this, even big ones, people eventually get tired of it.
Well, I don't know. There are different types of games, but who knows? So, this Star Wars Battlefront 2... Well, first of all, they also announced that Star Wars Battlefront sold 14 million fucking copies. 14 million. No, I was like... Because before that, we're going to sell 10 million. That's what they're expecting. I was like, you're fucking out of your mind. 14 million. I don't fucking... Whatever. But they also mentioned in this one that for the second one, they are reading feedback from players that they want a campaign, and so they are heavily looking into putting in a campaign into Star Wars Battlefront.
They're just looking into it.
I mean, they might have actually guaranteed it, but it's far away. It's not even on their financial. They just announced it like it's happening. Because
well, that's good.
Yeah, and that Visceral Star Wars game still know nothing about it. I thought we would have heard about it by this year. I guess not. Again, that's the Amy Hennig game. And Visceral, obviously the team who made Dead Space. I don't know how that team looks like now because they made that Battlefield Hardline game.
Oh, they made Hardline.
They made Hardline.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They made that game, and the game
that didn't do well, did it?
That didn't do great, but that lasted like a week. Yeah. And I apologize if I say Star Wars Battlefield or Battlefront. I don't know. I give up. Fuck off. Whatever. Man.
But George, moving on.
Moving on. More Star Wars. Star Wars is a big deal. Or is it? Because Disney Infinity is dead.
Oh, no.
It was announced this month that Disney Infinity is no more. They will release 2 more packs. An Alice in Wonderland pack, which came out at this point already. Yeah. I can't imagine that's going to do well for them. So this probably
going to saw the movie, so I can't imagine.
No, and their Finding Dory pack will come out. But she'll probably do well.
Some fish, yeah.
Some fish, but then again, I don't know how much I'm getting ahead of myself. So, Disney Interactive, which was Disney Infinity, and they also own Avalanche, who made Toy Story 3, and then worked on Disney Infinity, is closed. They're done. 300 people lost their jobs. Those studios are done. No more. They are moving towards a licensing-only deal. They will only license out their properties now. They're not making any of these video games in-house anymore.
That's a shame.
Yep. I don't know how.
Because they've put out some pretty great games.
So Disney Infinity is a fucking good-ass video game.
Yeah.
Disney Infinity, they had no reason to go as far as they had with that series. They really, really did put some meat on that, and they got developers, because it wasn't just Avalanche working on that. They got people like Sumo Digital and fucking Ninja Theory, who made Devil May Cry and Heavenly Sword, to work on the combat. They really, really cared about that game series, and it's a shame that seeing a lot of people who really cared about something are kind of done. Further reporting, Disney didn't announce it, but some reporting done by Kotaku revealed that the reason that they ended the product was because, well, the game was selling well. In fact, Disney Infinity was the #1 Toys to Life thing, but they produced too many of the toys. It wasn't the software that wasn't selling. Certain toys weren't selling.
Toys that they had made too many
of. That Kotaku story by Patrick Klepek talks about how they printed about 2 million Incredible Hulk figures, and they only sold 8 million. So they have 1 million in stock left.
1 million Hulks.
A million Hulks just
Target. Who knows what they're doing.
And they also were forced to print, because of the relationship with Marvel and LucasArts, one would think that those companies meshed. When they came under Disney, they were all one happy family.
Yeah.
But according to reports, there were some conflict there, that Disney wanted this specific character. If you didn't get a toy for this character, we're not making this deal.
We want Yondu.
Yes, pretty much. Yondu from Guardians of the Galaxy, played by Michael Rooker.
Great character. Don't know why he needs a toy.
Was given a toy. And he sold absolutely horrible. No one bought the Michael Rooker Yondu toy.
What a shame.
Yeah, so the problem that they face is that they have so much stock that they're not moving. And if they're going to keep going with this project, then they have to keep making new toys, and because you're making new toys, you're making the old stuff look old, and so who wants to buy the old stuff now? And so now you're stuck with all this old stuff, and the farther you go into this cycle, the more stock you're going to have in your warehouses until you can't fit them all. And that's where Disney Infinity found itself, and that's why it's coming to an end. More further reporting from Kotaku, we found out that the 4.0 version was planned to utilize all these characters in one story mode. And they're also going to launch 7-inch figures and Rogue One figures for this holiday, but that is no more.
That did not work out. Disney Infinity is very ambitious.
Yeah, and it worked.
It worked very well.
It's expensive, but it worked.
I mean, that's what you get for
getting
into a Toys to Life.
Yeah, it's kind of shitty. But
and definitely out of all the Toys to Life, I feel like it did the best.
Like I said, they were the number one.
It was the most.
That's the sad thing. They were the number one. Like they sold their games sold every year. It's outsold since it was around. I don't think the first is Infinity, but 2 and 3.
No, I think with the
like the Marvel and
Star Wars that really helped push it.
Yep. Yeah, it's really sad to see. Avalanche is a great studio. Those were good-ass platforming games, which is something I really fucking love, platforming games. And they made... I mean, some of their stuff was a little empty. I think, like, the Spider-Man set for the Disney Infinity 2.0 stuff was empty.
Yeah.
But, like, the Inside Out pack looked incredible. It looked like an amazing platformer. And the Star Wars stuff, the figures looked fantastic. I really wanted to buy... Well, part of me wants to buy toys, but I don't know where to put them. I wanted a Rey figure and a Finn figure. It looked so goddamn good. Mm-hmm. So it's a fucking shame. That's a big ass published, like big ass.
That's a
studio.
Huge loss. Yeah,
it's a huge studio.
So it's like, so they're gonna license characters
stuff.
up to people.
Hopefully that turns out okay.
Who do you think would pick that up?
I mean, we go back to how the Dark Ages, right? You get a fucking up video game made by THQ, except THQ doesn't exist anymore.
Oh no.
So who do you give it to? You give it to like a kind of developer who really needs a paycheck. Like a Behavior, who made Snoopy's Grand Adventure for the PS4.
Let's be quiet now.
Or Little Orbit, who now makes the Adventure Time games.
The good one or the
bad ones?
Oh no!
After Way Forward, Way Forward stopped making them after like the third one, I think, and now Little Orbit does it. We also do Monster High video games and stuff like that. So I mean, that's what happens unless it's like they're not making a Marvel game anytime soon, right? So.
Marvel doesn't make console games anymore. They're all mobile now.
Yeah, I'm saying so, but like that's something they could license out. They're not licensing out with Disney. With Star Wars, they got EA. So you imagine that EA contract's probably gonna get extended.
Definitely, yeah.
So, and again, I don't know if anyone's gonna make a fucking Finding Dory video game. I don't think anyone's gonna make a fucking
survival horror, Survive the Ocean.
Yeah,
that place is terrifying. Have you seen it?
No.
Good.
So yeah. Best wishes to everyone at Disney Infinity.
They'll all find work.
I would imagine so. John Vignacchi, come on now. He's got to find work.
They'll all probably start a new studio, probably.
But then again, I don't know. John Vignacchi did oust someone's phone number, another CEO's phone number. Ooh. John Vignacchi was the VP of production for Disney Infinity. And there's that whole thing last year at E3 where he ousted someone's phone number live on camera. Ooh. It was glorious, Ryan. It was glorious. They were so drunk. It was great.
Oh, no.
But, yeah, it's a real shame.
Moving on, George.
Happier news. Ryan, Pokemon starters and more Pokemon Sun and Moon news was announced.
Good.
Hit me with it. Hit me.
So, early this month, the first real Pokemon Sun news came out. They had a trailer that came out that pretty much showed the starters. Mm-hmm. Talked a little about the region, and it showed us the legendaries and the box art, and it gave us a release date. So we got our 3 new starters, George. We got Rowlet. He's the grass-flying Pokemon. He's a little owl. He's adorable.
Mm-hmm. It's a little owl man with a bow tie.
We got Litten. He's a
cat.
A fire cat.
Fire cat.
Fire type cat. And then we got Poplio, the cute little
a seal man.
Water seal.
He's a clown?
He's based off a circus performing clown.
Oh, okay.
People really hate Poplio. I don't know why.
I don't get it either. I can't wait for the fucking episode of the series where he's get abused by the fucking circus, and I was like, oh, we gotta save him.
Oh no.
And then the 2 starters, which the sun one looks really stupid. I think I
like the sun one.
I can't tell if his face was upside down, it would look the same. I don't know. Whatever.
So yeah, there's the 2 legendaries. One based off the sun, who's a little lion, and based off some trademarks. We're assuming that his name is Solgaleo. And then the moon starter is a weird giant bat creature, kind of disgusting.
Not Zubat.
Not Zubat. Or a much more terrified bat. One that you definitely do not want to run into in a cave. Mm-hmm. And his name is based off trademarks as Lunata. Something like that. It has Luna in it.
I mean, I think that was it right for that trailer. Because it wasn't a direct. It was just a trailer.
Yeah, it was just a trailer. It showed... It talked about the region based off Hawaii, which is a really cool concept, I think.
That is a cool concept.
So there'll be a lot more water. Everyone loves water in their Pokemon games. You remember the memes, George? You remember
I do remember the memes. I fucking hate them. I really... those are dying down now, kind of, right?
Good.
I I think
so.
I don't know.
And then because of the trailer, we can see that it has a full 3D kind of art style, not the chibi kind of 3D art from the X and Y series.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't notice that.
In X and Y, they were all like kind of chibi shaped, and then in the battles, you would see like the full figures. But in this game's overworld, you see the full figures of everything.
Oh, yes, I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah.
I do know what you're talking about. In the overworld, when you're walking around.
In the overworld,
yep,
yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Okay, that's cool. I forgot. I never noticed that.
Tomorrow, I was recording June 2nd, there's going to be another trailer.
So, late, whatever.
So, I'm assuming for that trailer, my guess would be they're going to talk about the legendaries and talk about their typing.
I guess. I mean,
I doubt they'll do anything crazy. I've been reading a lot of people that think they're going to talk, like, reveal like a whole bunch of stuff. It's like, they're not going to do that.
Probably not. I would imagine they'd piecemeal that out.
Yeah.
It is.
What's cool about this is usually for Pokemon news, that stuff gets released via CoroCoro, which is a Japanese magazine, and usually that stuff gets leaked early, so you get like these gross, like kind of like taken by a photo pictures that are on the internet, and people don't like. There's always like, is this real or not? And half the time it's not real. So, and then you just kind of like wake up and you go on Cerebi and it's like, oh, what is this blurry picture of Popplio? What is that thing? It's disgusting. Oh, But this was cool because the information got out there for everyone. It was all confirmed, and then later it was all shown in CoroCoro, and they revealed like a little more details. I don't think it was a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Is that all we know about that game?
Yeah, it comes out November 22nd
that
of this year.
About right.
It'll be the only 3DS game coming out this year.
No, actually, there's... Ryan, what about Yokai Watch 2?
Oh, I forgot about Yokai Watch
2. Two Yokai Watch
There's
games.
2 of them.
Yeah.
I like this trend.
Yokai Watch, which is incredibly similar to Pokemon. Yokai Watch 2 will come out in the West on September 30th, so 2 months before that Pokemon game.
Good.
It will launch in 2 editions in Pokemon fashion. Yokai Watch 2 Fleshy Souls and Yokai Watch 2 Bony Spirits, which is very good names.
I love those names. It feels like they translated them and they were like, all right, that's good enough. Let's just put it out there.
Also, the Yokai Watch names have a lot of fun. They're having a lot of fun.
Yeah, they're all...
There's a whale modeled after Mark Zuckerberg called Mark Zuckerberg or something. And there's a shark called Steve Jaws.
That sounds weird.
But yeah. Yokai Watch, man. I've only played like 20 minutes. I played the tutorial of that game. I loved everything about it except the combat. Every single thing about it. I see the toys at stores like, I want it, but I have no relation to this thing.
Yeah. I
just love the character designs. I love the art style and like the weird music and just the spirit of it. It's all fun and dumb little kid. I like how stupid it is.
Yeah, it's definitely something that I feel
it's
like...
It's a ghost that farts.
A ghost that farts, yeah. It's very silly and very Japanese. And I wish I was into it. I tried it out a little bit too, but it wasn't...
Yeah, it's not fun to play. That's the problem.
The battle system was a lot like...
It's all weird.
It's like...
Spin this thing.
It's like... It reminds me a little bit of like rotation battles from Black and White Pokemon. But it's like instead they're just like all out there instead of like you taking turns between Pokemon. Mm-hmm. It's so weird. And then like all the like... You like spin and then I think you have to like actually blow into the microphone too sometimes.
I think you're right.
I'm not totally sure. But they used like all the 3DS's features that no one cares about.
Yeah.
Which like that's cool that someone's doing stuff.
I can't even remember when the first one came out in Japan. 2012? 11? I think it's 12 or 13.
It would have been 12.
I think it's 12. That sounds right.
Because that was out there for a while. That got like huge, and then we were like, "When's that gonna come out in America?" And then I was like, "I don't know."
Yeah,
man.
I was really excited for it because I was like not far off after Ni no Kuni came out, which is also a level 5 game.
Yes,
and I love Ni no Kuni, but
I think not Ni no Kuni. Yokai Watch didn't do super well here. It wasn't doing as well.
Definitely not as much as they would have. Obviously, they're not as much as you would have hoped. They would have hoped.
But I think this might.
I'm surprised. Some more people. I'm surprised it's still doing good enough to bring back sequel, extend the series, and extend the toy line.
I mean, because Yokai Watch 3 is coming out in Japan this year,
right?
So I figured they're just trying to. I think this
catch up and then release it not too far, or I don't know.
That's what I'd imagine. I feel like they're just really trying to get the interest more out there.
Yeah, you would. I mean, I don't know. It is bizarre that they're really dragging on the 3DS still. But anyways, moving on to other 3DS news. It's Style Savvy 3 It's finally here.
Did I say no more 3DS games? I meant the best 3DS game.
Hell yeah.
Style
Savvy, Fashion Forward will be releasing in the West on August 19th.
Oh,
Man,
wow.
That's actually August, September, November. Oh, well, there are games coming out, Ryan. You fucking lied to me. So yes, it is the third entry in the series. It'll support amiibo functionality. You'll be able to unlock special dresses and stuff.
Put down your Lucina amiibo that we all have, and then you'll get a free hat or something.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
So, there you go. Completely serious, people. I'm happy that this weird world where Style Savvy exists.
This is the 5th one, right?
I thought it was the 3rd. There was a DS one.
Yeah.
There was a 3DS one close to launch.
Yeah.
And then this one. I don't think there was a Wii one in between there.
I can't remember.
Because it did start on the DS. I'm pretty darn sure it started on the DS. I think there's only 3. I think there's only 3 of them.
I don't know what I'm thinking about then.
But I also thought it would have been a lot more because there seems to be a lot of hardcore fans of those games.
A lot of hardcore Style Savvy fans. I wish I was one of them.
Ryan, you still can. There's still time.
There's still
this
George,
August.
I have so much stuff to play on my 3DS and Wii U this fall. Oh,
that's true. That's
no.
true. Moving on. That was a lot of Nintendo news there. That was I wasn't expecting that. So, not Nintendo news. Gran Turismo.
Oh yeah.
We are fucking massive fans of the Gran Turismo.
Everyone is.
Yeah. Well, it was a big deal.
It was.
And then they took forever to make 5, and then it came out. It did fantastic. It's actually the best-selling PS3 game. But then 6 came out at the launch. No, the month after the PS4 came out.
Huh.
Which was on the PS3.
Oh.
Yeah, and it did awful.
I mean, duh.
So, that came out, and now it's weird, like, where Gran Turismo is, because, like, well, can they make it back to that, what it once was. And Gran Turismo Sport comes out a lot sooner than I expected. November 15th, 2016. So it is, like, dead set on being the big fall game for Sony. Actually, well, rumors are that there's something else, but this
we'll get into
could
that
be
some other video.
Yeah.
Or not video.
Well, if more stuff leaks, we know stuff.
Yeah.
We can make bets. We can gamble. But how fucking safe are those bets? I don't know. I'm just putting the information out there.
I'm not saying anything yet. Next time, though,
I'm just one of you people. I don't know anything. I'm not one of these fucking big money hats people, and I'm just one of you. But anyways, Gran Turismo's coming out this fall. Please be excited. I don't know. I'm sure I'll mess around with it just to look at it, and then I'll be like, oh, I suck at this. Because it is Gran Turismo is the simulation game.
Those are hardcore.
That was the simulation game. And then, Forza came in, and people were, for a long time, like, Forza will never fucking catch up, and it completely ate their lunch. Completely ate their lunch. Shout out to Turn 10. They're, man. Oh, Forza Horizon 3's, oh my god, Forza Horizon 2 is so good. Is there a Forza Horizon sequel coming out? Oh, man. Forza Horizon. Good arcade-esque racer.
Yeah.
But, so yeah, Gran Turismo.
Sad news.
I guess. News that the internet fucking flipped the fuck out about.
I saw this coming, to be completely honest with you.
So, No Man's Sky was delayed.
Duh.
It's
like the most ambitious game for a studio that's made no games.
Right. From who made, some fucking, a game that could be played on your mobile device about a guy.
And now they're making a whole new universe.
Yeah, so No Man's Sky, which was originally supposed to come out next month, it would be on the list of games in June, is now coming out on August 9th. So instead of having it at the beginning of your summer, you're going to have it at the end of your summer.
What a shame.
Sorry, 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds. Actually, no, I'm legitimately sorry for those people who are looking forward to that game. But you know what? You got to do what you got to do. I'm going to read part of this letter that Sean wrote for the PlayStation blog. We understand that this news is disappointing. Making this game is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. But we are so close now, and we're prepared to make the tough choices to get it right. The universe of No Man's Sky is incredibly vast. More than you can imagine. This is a type of game that hasn't been attempted before by a smaller team than anyone could expect, under an intense amount of expectation. And despite all that, development is genuinely going well. This is the hardest working, most talented team I've ever worked with, and I'm so proud of what we're doing. For all our sakes, though, we got one shot to make this game, and we can't mess it up.
Good. So take your time.
Take your time. And obviously, this was actually first broken by Jason Schreier, Mr. Scoops at Kotaku. He got word from a GameStop employee and from other sources that, hey, this game's going to get delayed. And he reported on that.
It's not that big of a delay, though.
No, it's like 2 months.
Yeah, like...
It's not moved to next year.
Yeah, that's how every delay seems to be. It'll be next year, and then it'll be next year.
It's not that big of a deal. It sounds like... It really does sound like polish. Like, we gotta, like, a little bit more stuff.
If you're exploring the universe, you want to not, like, you know, run through a star and get killed.
And this is obviously a game that's gonna get, like, patched to fuck, but you want that initial launch to be solid. Because
if initial launches aren't good nowadays, then... Yeah. The game's terrible for like a year until people are like, I might as well check out No Man's Sky. It's been a while. Let's see what they fixed.
Mm-hmm. And from everything that we've seen of this game, the people making this game are fucking passionate about it. It is a passion project. And if this doesn't do well, hey, they are an independent studio. This could be the end of it. If it doesn't do, if this is a layer or fucking, I don't know, it's another fucking failure, a fucking haze. This could be awful for that studio. I mean, this studio.
Haze of years.
Yeah, no shit. I mean, this studio got a second chance at life. I mean, if you remember, as soon as they announced it at the VGX is what it was at that point, their fucking studio got flooded. And then Sony came in and funded the game. I don't know if you remember this, but yeah, that whole studio got flooded. I
remember hearing this.
So, people freaked out, sent death threats to Jason Schreier and Sean Murray and stuff.
Calm down. Like, that's clearly 15-year-olds.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Look, man, I don't care how much you want a game. I've been wanting Zelda Wii U since it was announced to be coming out in 2014.
And the thing is, it's not...
So shut up.
And the thing is, it's not even fans of the game. It's fans of the game's marketing, because they haven't played the game. All they've seen is the marketing. So, it's whatever.
I still don't know a lot. Like, I still don't know what you do in this game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
it looks like
you just explore, and you know that's fun.
And like, it seems like to me, exploring Minecraft all over again.
Yeah, and if this game could be like the next Minecraft, that would be a huge deal because Minecraft is like now the best-selling
biggest video game
of
all time.
And if we can say that about No Man's Sky, that would be incredible.
And the most exciting thing about that is like, when you think about Minecraft back in the day. Back when we were, you were a sophomore?
Yeah, I was playing that game sophomore year.
I think so. Was that right?
Yeah, you were a junior.
Yeah, because we were in the computer lab when people were, the circles were starting to talk about this game.
It was like, what is this game?
Yeah, and there's that excitement of going in there and figuring it all out for yourself.
Yeah, because it's a game. When that game first came out, it was huge, but you didn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
You had to make your own adventure, and you know that's probably going to be what No Man's Sky is.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm kind of a person who's not as creative and wants a curated experience, but I'm willing to give this game a shot, only because it looks so inspired and great. I mean, it looks kind of like Destiny. It looks a lot like Destiny.
I don't know if I like that though.
Like if you look at the menus, it looks a lot.
The menus. Okay.
Oh yeah, the menus. That's right. The menus look. Exactly Destiny.
Well, I mean, they are working with Sony, so you know. They just gave
Destiny.
Gave them the assets for those menus.
I actually skipped some Destiny news, but I can quickly touch on that. So, Jason Schreier, MrScoops.com. Well, actually, no. This came from Reddit, and then Jason has his sources confirm it. That the newest Destiny expansion leaked. They're going to talk about it at E3. It's called Rise of Iron. Rise of the Iron Man.
Wait. There's not iron in the universe?
There's actually an Iron Dude.
Okay.
And the Iron Dude is on the cover.
Oh.
So I don't know.
I don't understand the subtitle.
No, I don't get it either. I started playing Destiny since launch. Fuck off. I don't care.
I feel like that's a lot of people, though.
Man.
Although Destiny still has like its hardcore fans. People are still playing that every day.
Are they? I don't know. It's been so long.
I mean, not like a lot of people.
The last expansion was in October. That game is dying slowly, but
I mean, it still has its fans.
Again, if you do know anything about Destiny, I haven't been following Jason Schreier's work on that game. It is fascinating. He is making a book actually, but I don't know how much of Destiny to touch on. I think he said a lot of the Destiny stuff's going to be on there because Destiny has become they made the most popular nightmare. Working on that game is a fucking nightmare from his reporting.
I can imagine.
Like the tools they made. Are a disaster. It's not easy. It's not quick enough to work on stuff. It's crazy. Like no matter how much money you throw at the problem, the stuff to make the stuff. It's like if I had a word processor and it took like 30 minutes to write 10 words. Like, it is a fucking
I feel like
disaster
that's
over there.
the biggest issue with a lot of game development.
You make an engine and you're like, fuck, this engine is...
The engines are just trash. But they're stuck having to use it for, like, business purposes.
And he's just like,
if you want our money, you have to use our engines. Like, but the engine, it doesn't work. You're making me use RPG Maker. What are you doing to me?
That's the problem. That's why Destiny, they gotta make it
there. Yeah, they made an RPG
They made
Maker.
Kanye Quest by accident.
Ugh.
Okay, so...
Here's the big news.
The big news, which I could not digest at all without missing stuff, so I am literally going to read this Polygon article verbatim.
Oh, it's the part...
This is the Xbox Scorpio stuff, or Project Helix, if you will.
Scorpio. That's the name of a villain.
Scorpio Helix, which mixes in with the PlayStation Neo. The other Matrix name. So I'm going to read this verbatim. Just pack a lunch, just sit down. Really, we're going to soak and marinate on this. Okay.
You don't have time. Say it now.
Okay, Microsoft has 2 new Xbox consoles on the horizon, according to reports on Kotaku that Polygon has corroborated with its own sources. Those sources also told Polygon that one of those new consoles will be over 4 times more powerful than the current Xbox One, and that the announcement at E3 was triggered by, among other things, a faster-than-expected timeline for Sony's own upgraded PlayStation 4. The other console, a slimmed-down version of the current hardware, will also be getting a redesigned controller. The latter is scheduled to reveal at E3 or at an event shortly before, as plans are currently in discussion. Tom Warren at Polygon's sister site, The Verge, reports that the console will be 40% smaller than the current model and will likely include 4K support, which will be for video content specifically, though the existing Xbox One models include scaling hardware to output games at various resolutions. Our sources also confirm that this will be the smallest Xbox ever made. Current plans have the smaller Xbox One scheduled for release this August. Pricing for the system has not been finalized. The other console, codenamed Scorpio, is unlikely to release until late 2017, according to Polygon sources. It will likely be announced in the next month, though plans are somewhat in flux. Like the all-but-confirmed PlayStation Neo, Scorpio represents an evolution of console generations, one that straddles the line somewhat between an entirely new installment of the Xbox platform and a continuation of the existing Xbox One. Power is a primary concern for Microsoft with Scorpio. The PlayStation 4 has remained a constant leader over the Xbox One in this respect, with games on the platform usually running at a higher resolution and a higher frame rate on the PlayStation 4 than their Xbox One counterparts. Microsoft is determined to end this narrative. The Xbox One is believed to operate at a peak target of 1.32 teraflops. Those teraflops, Ryan.
Oh, man.
Compared to the 1.84 teraflop performance numbers of the PlayStation 4. Meanwhile, per document secured by Giant Bomb's Austin Walker and corroborated by our sources, the PlayStation 4 Neo, at approximately 2.25 times more powerful than the PS4, is likely to have a peak performance of 4.14 teraflops. This Xbox will be at 6 teraflops. And I'm going to mess around with the other stuff, but there's also rumors that they're working with Oculus on something. Holy shit. Okay, there.
Okay.
All right, Ryan. So
here's the thing.
Okay, what's the thing?
This makes sense to me.
This
is what I assumed before this article came out.
This makes so much sense that if I was at Microsoft and Sony, I would literally go hunt down Jason Schreier and Austin Walker and whoever's source here at Polygon, because this is a nightmare.
Yeah.
They have literally 2 years worth of plans. They have them. And it makes so much sense. We're gonna release a slimmer, cheaper version of this Xbox.
It's been out for 2 years, and that's Microsoft's thing.
Totally, they would have been doing this regardless of this upgrade stuff.
I assumed that would happen this year.
And you would assume that first Xbox One was made bigger on purpose because of Red Ring stuff, and it probably didn't need to be that big.
Maybe.
So all of this, every single thing of this makes so much sense, especially since, again, that Xbox stuff, since Xbox One has been second place, and not like by a small margin, by a very big ass margin.
Yeah.
Xbox One is not as selling as much as the PlayStation 4. And so then
I don't know. I feel like the initial thing was people were still very upset about the whole always online
the
thing.
metric era of Xbox is what contributed to that.
Yeah, I think that was still a huge thing for people. I mean, that's why I refused to buy it.
Yeah,
that was weird. And I was
that's bad.
No, that's weird.
And so that's the weird question. Like, did they keep the Xbox One? I mean, you would imagine for the Slim one, obviously, but for the Scorpio thing, did they keep the Xbox One branding? It's like a Wii U situation, right? Like, does that Xbox One branding still kind of?
I mean, the way I'm looking at with like this and the whole PlayStation Neo thing is, I'm thinking that Microsoft and Sony kind of want to do a more smart phone approach to this.
Yeah.
By making newer iterations that don't necessarily replace stuff, but is like slightly stronger, might have more features. I think that makes sense. I think that's fine. You know, if people, I think there might be a market for that.
There might be, but there might also be misreading the current market because I don't know. Because a cynical business part of this, you would see. Okay, so NVIDIA had a press conference where they were revealing their newest lines of graphic cards.
Yes.
This is I feel like a few years ago, nobody gave a shit about this stuff. And people were thirsty for this news.
Yeah.
People wanted to spend $600 on one PC component. So if you're Microsoft looking like, people want hardware. We need to sell hardware. We need to keep selling this hardware. And this is the perfect plan, right? Every year, you got something new to buy. You know what I'm fucking saying?
Well, yeah, I mean...
But... consoles are also supposed to be a thing where every man can buy a PlayStation 4 and be safe. Like, people who don't buy video games a lot.
I know I get that, but from the marketing standpoint, you can't know that this won't work unless you try it.
Yeah, sure.
And I think
Xbox is definitely in a position that they need to do something, right?
They definitely need to, but even though PlayStation, like, they're supposed to bring that out this year, aren't they?
If these reports...
If the reports are correct...
No, it makes no sense. Why release a new console and the headset the same year? I can't imagine they're going to release it this year.
I feel like... Maybe
unless Xbox is literally just reacting to fucking Kotaku's and Giant Bomb's reporting. Yo, that Austin Walker guy, he's got shit. He makes Gundams. He fucking knows stuff. I don't fucking know. But because the PlayStation stuff is even more confusing. Like, why? Why do this? Unless they're again, I think I made this metaphor before. Like, unless they're on the boat and they see something's coming over there, like sales are gonna take a fucking hit. We need to do something now because they're number one by a fucking massive margin.
So maybe they're trying to see, hey, can we get our people to upgrade?
Or someone at Sony has her eye out. There's like, listen, you guys are the literally only profitable thing in this company. Can we sell more of you?
And plus, another issue with consoles is they only last about 6 years, and at that point it becomes useless. Like, yeah, you can play games, but why would you? But why?
Old game's old.
Old game's old. So if they just kept making the PS4, but then release new iterations every, let's say, 2 years, and the games mostly worked. If you had like a newer game in like the original PS4, maybe it just ran a little bit slower, and maybe it wasn't like 60 frames or whatever. But if you had the newest one, it ran like 4K and 60 frames a second.
And hey, some of those older games now look nicer as well.
Yeah. So then maybe this would extend the life of the console instead of, kill it.
This does
but that's all hypothetical.
This does feel
this
like...
will either be the smartest decision they've ever made, or it's going to kill them.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about this stuff.
It is exciting because, again, in terms of like the nerdiest dumb historian fucking market, like, I want to see where this shit goes. I really do want to see
I love this shit. This stuff's amazing.
This stuff is because, man, it really is like, well...
I love risky technology.
It's really risky.
Things,
I know.
Because that stuff always, it's either make or break for the company. Like it either like revolutionizes how everyone else does this. Like, we got to put this on our console, or we have to put this feature in our phones. It has to happen. Or it happens, people are like, what the hell was that? That was nothing. You just killed us inside. People wasted their money and they're mad. Now they're buying iPhones. What the hell's wrong with you?
It's weird.
Just mad.
The weird thing about this is also that everyone, because it seems it makes more sense for Microsoft to do this. And actually, I'm not crazy. Like, this all makes sense because, again, Phil actually even talked about this earlier this year. Like, we're talking about making an iterative console. And so that's where this whole thing started. That's where this whole thing. He's like, wait, what? What are you talking about there? And then the stuff leaked, and then this, and then that, and then the dots started getting connected. And this makes sense for Microsoft because, again, they're doing very bad. Like, in terms of, like, where they once were, you imagine if someone was like, well, hey, like, what happened to this brand? What's going on?
Yeah, 360 was the
Halo
king of that
sold
generation.
2.4 million copies, like, or 3 million copies. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Splatoon sold more than us. What are you talking about here?
What the hell is that Splatoon? People keep saying I don't know what it is.
I don't know what are we talking about.
I can't talk to children anymore. I don't know what they're saying.
Yeah. So, I get it. Their brand, like, they're spending a lot of money on software. Software isn't selling. Hardware isn't selling. Their mind share is
Which is a shame because I feel like the Xbox One is the better of the two.
In terms of software?
In terms of the hardware in it. Because, I mean, it has the...
Well, it is backwards compatible.
It's backwards compatible.
Which
it has
is
the
very nice.
It has the Kinect stuff, which... I mean, it's cool in theory.
And it's backwards compatible in a really cool way. Like,
That's
you put
true.
your disc in, and it gives you a digital copy. So you don't even need that physical copy anymore.
It's cool how it connects to your DVR, even though a lot of people who are gamers don't really have
I wonder if that's going to be there in this Slim.
I'd imagine so.
You think that they're going to put that second HDMI in there?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
They're obviously going to keep the Kinect stuff.
Well, yeah, they need to sell as many of those
Also because
as
of the
possible.
Cortana thing, Windows 10, so they need a microphone.
Oh, yeah.
They're not going to back down on that stuff. So.
Oh, no, they can't. They are stuck with the Kinect until death.
So, man, we'll see. Again,
in 2 weeks,
June 13th,
all this will be solved.
Shut the fuck up, Ryan, you fucking nerd. In 2 weeks, 2 fucking white people come on stage.
Xbox Scorpio.
We're really excited about the future of our business. We want to thank everyone here.
Peggle 3!
They dropped out another card from the fucking ceiling.
You're all coming home with a PlayStation Neo. What? What does that even mean?
Actually, I wonder if they did that Xbox 360 thing, because when they released the first Xbox 360 Slim, that was what they did.
That was
like,
interesting.
if you look down, you're like, you all got a Slim.
You're getting an Xbox Slim.
You all now have Wi-Fi on a 360. It is the year 2010. It's fucking lit.
Year of the Wi-Fi.
Oh, man.
The DS had this at launch.
Dance Central, everybody. Go out and buy it right
We're
now.
all pressed. We don't care about this.
Exactly. We're going to give it anyway.
Do this to fans. What are you doing?
But
seriously,
2 weeks.
2 weeks, this will be answered. This madness will hopefully end. But who knows? Maybe.
But again,
also, if they announce the Scorpio and say this will come out next year, that would ruin them too. Because then they have next year we're going to have the Xbox One come out, and except it's just going to be a little stronger, a little better. But we're also making a slimmer one this year. Right. So,
but the problem,
buy both.
There
of them.
wouldn't be a problem again if people who are journalists weren't so good at their jobs. That's the problem. Because it's just like, what the fuck do we do?
Oh, these goddamn journalists doing their job,
some
reporting the news.
Some fucking nerd is out, his fucking uncle is out there. Oh, I'm gonna go buy an Xbox One. He's like, whoa, man, don't buy an Xbox One. I know shit. They're fucking
buy yourself a Xbox Scorpio. What's a Scorpio? It sounds like a James Bond villain. I fucking know,
wait
right?
2 years, man. Just wait 2 years, man.
But I gotta play Halo 4 Guardians right now. Shut up. No one wants to play Halo 4 Guardians.
It's 5, right?
5. Who gives a shit? No one bought the game
It's true,
anywhere.
that game did not sell well, and it also didn't do well. Like critically. The multiplayer is phenomenal. But
I mean, but Halo's multiplayer is it's a thing.
It's very good multiplayer.
Yeah. Even I hate Halo's multiplayer, and I hate shooters.
2 weeks.
Any last thoughts about this, George?
We didn't even talk about the Oculus stuff.
Oh yeah. What about that?
Fuck.
So they're working with Oculus.
That partnership is already there because every Oculus comes with an Xbox One controller.
Yeah.
It sounds like they might be going deeper and maybe making that Xbox One compatible with Oculus, or Oculus is making a headset for them.
That seems weird because I thought the Microsoft HoloLens would be their thing, even though it's more augmented reality than virtual.
I don't think HoloLens is going to be anything for a long, long, long time.
I mean, that's true. But
I think they touted it out there because putting that because you can't admit that video was impressive.
Yeah, that stuff looks amazing.
That stuff gets you on the headline.
If that wasn't $3,000, I would buy it right now.
Like, that stuff gets you on the news. That stuff gets it. That stuff gets the fucking guy outside like, we're here at the... Video games are bigger than ever. We're here at the E3 Electronic Entertainment Expo. Some fucking dude dressed up as I don't fucking know. Yokai Watch, man. Tell me, why are the video games okay? But yeah, that stuff was crazy.
Why are video games so popular? I don't know. I was just paid to wear this fucking Yokai Watch.
Right. Oh man.
Why'd you ask me? I don't know.
Let's make a meme right now.
Man. Here's my sneak peek at my E3 predictions.
Alicia Tyler's memes.
More memes at the Ubisoft panel. But not the ones they wanted to make.
So good.
The other ones.
Alright, so Man, VR.
Let's move on to...
Let's just move on. We're done.
Let's move on to the biggest news that dropped today.
Harvest Moon is getting another game.
Yeah, for the 3DS.
This is the Natsume game. Natsume's next Harvest Moon game.
Not Story of Seasons from Marvelous.
No.
The makers of the original games.
Harvest Moon Skytree Village for the Nintendo 3DS was announced today. No release date. There will be more at E3. I'm going to read a bit of this press release. Among standard features like finding a spouse, tending to crops, and fishing, players will also have upgraded tools to use and more animals to herd, including, for the first time, a donkey.
Everything's changed. We have a donkey.
We've changed the game, so
yeah, I actually predicted this the other day when I was making a list of what I thought would happen. I thought we would see
a new Harvest Moon.
I thought it'd be a Wii U one, because they announced that they're making the one that's on for iPhones and Android. They said they were going to port that to the Wii U and the PC, and they haven't really talked about that since. So I assume they talk about that. But this is interesting news. It still probably won't be good
because it's not made by Marvelous.
And that wouldn't normally be a problem, but Natsume seems to not know how to make a good Harvest Moon game.
They have the brand, and
they
don't know what to do
but
with
they
it.
don't know how to make it's a fucking farming simulator. That can't be too difficult.
Well, apparently it is.
But yeah, because a good farming simulator hasn't come out since like the early 2000s.
I mean, Stardew Valley.
Stardew Valley is the only exception because it is inspired by those games,
and it knows what is good about them.
Yeah. But now, like, Marvelous and Natsume don't seem to know, which is a shame. Hopefully this is cool. Skytree Valley?
Skytree Village, I think
Skytree Village, that's an interesting name.
Skytree Village, yeah.
So if it's, like, a farm in the sky, that'd be a cool, like, visual...
Sounds like something out of Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, that'd be a cool, like, visual thing to it. But, yeah.
Wasn't there a futuristic Harvest Moon? What was it called? Rune something?
Rune Factory was the Fantasy Harvest Moon. Innocent Life was...
the one that has a subtitle, literally, A Futuristic Harvest Moon?
Yeah, that was Innocent Life. And that was on the PSP. That was on the PSP.
Oh.
No one bought it for that reason.
Oh.
And I heard it was actually pretty good, but Rune Factory really... hit a lot harder. That's why they're still making those games. Innocent Life did not do so.
Are the Harvest Moon games on 3DS 3D? Or are they sprite?
They're 3D.
Okay, because the PSP one was full 3D.
Yeah, they are 3D. It's a bit more of a chibi style.
I figured.
All of them, especially the Natsume ones, are like 100% like chibi cartoony. The Marvelous ones are a bit more fleshed out than that.
Mm-hmm. Did Story of Seasons do well?
It relatively. It still, people had some problems with that were like the same problems people had with like the other newer ones, but I feel like, but it was more of a step in the right direction. Mm-hmm. Sales wise, I don't know the exact numbers because
also I don't know how much Marvelous was expecting.
I mean that market isn't very
That's
big
not
anymore.
big. I mean, come on, they
anymore.
make fucking Sega and Kagura. I think they'll be fine.
They'll be fine. They got all the money.
They're porting that to actually Steam next month, so no longer Vita exclusive. So
what a shame.
Everything is fucking dead. My life is a fucking hollow mess, and we will be right back with the games of May. With the games of May. I made a song.
I like that. It's a nice little intro.
Ryan,
okay.
Since you are such a great podcast host,
yes,
who understands how podcasts, why don't you do me a favor and ask me what I think about the first game that came out in May? Well, the first game, the big game in May was Battleborn, but
no one plays Battleborn.
So ask me, Ryan, what I think of Uncharted 4.
What do you think of Uncharted 4, George?
It's an Uncharted game. So
that was nothing. You did nothing for me there.
So I haven't finished Uncharted 4. I'm like on chapter 10. I think there's 24 chapters, so you can figure out that.
That sounds about right. That's typical.
That's typical Uncharted. They definitely don't go above that. But yeah, it's an Uncharted game. So there is a few human moments. From what I heard from everyone who says about this game, it starts off slow and then once it gets going, it really gets going, and like it does some of the best stuff with the characters. But you
haven't gotten to the point where it really gets going.
No, there is like one really good human moment in the beginning of the game, and it's very, very good. And it does some surprises in the beginning too. But it's still an Uncharted game. It's probably the most accessible Uncharted game, and I mean that not like in difficulty. Well, in difficulty, but I mean like if you're like colorblind, or if you have like some sort of paralysis, or some sort of thing that like stops you from playing video games. This thing has a lot of options. Like,
that's cool.
Cool.
I love more modern games seem to be doing that.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Now I did a video thing where they talked about like a fan came to us and told us they couldn't do this because of that, and it really made us think, hey, we should make our games more accessible.
Good.
So part of that is they added an auto aim feature, which was a thing. Fun fact, which is a thing they were testing for the original Uncharted, but they decided to take that off. And as someone who wasn't crazy about the shooting in Uncharted, apart from multiplayer, I am doing auto aim. It's kind of cheap. It makes the game go by a lot faster.
I mean, you care more about the story, right?
Yeah. And Uncharted are just more for the ride. Make me feel cool. Make me set me up with these big.
That's fair.
So I'm like, that's fine.
Yeah.
So Uncharted, again, it is the prettiest video game I've ever played. It's fucking stunning. There are moments in this game where they're fucking showing off. There is in Chapter 9, people know what I'm talking about. Chapter 9, they're like, you motherfuckers are just showing off. You are literally just showing off. It's like, look at how fucking good we are at making video games. So yeah.
But George, let's get on to the real news of what I care the least about and what you seem to care the most about. Doom.
So
what?
Let's walk. Let's start
from the beginning.
Let's start in 2008.
No, earlier.
2000. Okay, sure. 2004.
Okay, I like this.
Doom 3 comes out.
Everyone loved it.
No, Doom 3 people did not like Doom 3. Not the fans. People did not like 3 because it was not what they expected from Doom. Coming out of Doom 2.
It was more of the survival horror.
It was a survival horror video game. And it is a damn good survival horror game.
But it's not Doom.
And even Doom had survival horror. And definitely good. Doom, it's scary. Because stuff loads in and it's dark. You can only hear like the... You're like, oh, fucking shit.
Like, what the hell was that?
Yeah. So Doom 3 in some ways is we took that survival horror stuff. And, Half-Life...
And I heard like the last stretch of it is like all classic Doom.
Yeah, because you're really deep in hell.
Yeah.
And, and it's like Half-Life 2 is a big game. People want these story-driven first-person shooters. And so that's what they made at that time. It was a modern version of Doom. Let's fast forward to 2008, okay? Doom 4 is announced. And they're like, yo, we're making a new Doom game. We're really excited. I think Johnny Carmack announced. They're like, we're really excited about it. Fast forward a little bit later. Jason Schreier, Scoops.com from Kotaku, gets footage of that Doom game. And we learned that it was scrapped. Because it played like it was a Call of Duty game. Like, it was not Doom. It was a Call of Duty game. It was like very serious and dark, and it's just like, I mean, maybe part of it was good. Maybe part of it was really human and grounded. But from what they saw, like, this is not Doom, and so they scrapped that entire game. Scrapped that entire thing. And at that point, also Bethesda purchased id Software, which for the longest time remained independent. They purchased id, and they made Rage, and that didn't turn out so well. And so
Critically did well, I thought.
Maybe, but no one remembers.
But no one remembers.
Anyone fucking remember Rage? No one remembers.
No one remembers Rage. No.
I can't remember.
I remember like the E3 reveal, but I don't remember the game itself.
It's just
it was just like Rage.
Like they're really banking on that name. Like it's an id game. So we're in this fucking thing where Rage comes out and it's nothing. They get buy up of Bethesda, and we're all like, well, what happens next? Right? Like, are they going to get closed down if this new Doom game doesn't do well? So, Wolfenstein: The New Order comes out, and that's when we reveal, hey, there's a Doom beta. Buy this game and get Doom beta. And everyone's like, wait, what? New Doom is happening? It's happening? And it's like, yeah, it's happening, but I don't ask us anything about it.
I don't care about it. Who cares?
Okay, E3 2015. Finally, at QuakeCon, they showed footage, but it was only to fans at the event. And it did not leak, which was insane.
That's good.
Yeah, so then E3 2015. Here's the footage, Doom. We see the game. It's really violent. There's these gory kills, and people were like, I don't know about that. That looks kind of dumb, actually.
Yeah, I really hated it when I saw it. It felt...
It's really dark and brooding so, and edgelordy.
Like, masculine and
dumb.
Toxic.
Like a fucking Went... That tweet by Went, like, let me tell you, I'm from hell. I've been known to say rude things and watch the carnage unfold.
It's like like your stereotypical like douchebag from a 90s
It
TV
looks like
show.
a video game.
It's like, yeah!
It looks like a fucking video game. Okay, so then that comes out and it's mixed. People are like,
I'm gonna throw a dead hand on the fingerprint scanner. Oh, yeah!
That isn't Doom. But, whatever. And so then the beta comes out. And so everyone's like, alright, let's go. The beta is not made... Okay, multiplayer is not made by it. It's made by Certain Affinity in our developer.
Yeah.
I talked about it in the last podcast. The game comes out and we're like, this is fucking bad, violent Halo. This is bad Halo. With a guy who gives out fucking devil horns. He's like, fucking yeah.
Fucking
and I was
yeah.
like, motherfucker, you're such a fucking poser. You don't fucking get it. This motherfucker.
You don't understand me.
It was like Giant Bomb. Like, Jeff Gerstmann said it best. Like, fucking if John Romero can fucking see this, he'd fucking kick that guy's ass. These games are about Satan and the proper worshipping of Satan. So... And then the game gets closer. No press copies are given of the game. No one gets any press copies of the game.
Always a good sign, right?
Yeah. And so we're all like, fucking, what is going on with this Doom game?
Great, Doom's going to be a bad game, right?
Okay, and so I pick up Doom. No expectations. I get it. And the game starts right away. Okay, 6 seconds in. You get out of the sarcophagus. You get a gun. You're fucking in. You look at the sarcophagus like, wait, what the fuck? Why is there a sarcophagus? Why did it come out of that? And then there's a little flashback, and you see demons worshiping you. You're like, what the fuck? Okay, keep walking over there. You see the Doom guy's suit, and you're like, oh, what the fuck? And it's off in a shrine. And then it's like, oh, hey, you are the fucking Doom guy. And you find out that, like, legends have been told about you fucking coming in here and wrecking shit. And you're like, oh, this is a sequel to Doom 2. This is actually Doom 3. Okay, cool. And you go in there, and it keeps telling this stuff like, oh, we went in there, and people worship you and stuff. You're like, that's all cool and awesome. But I'm like, what about those gory kills that look kind of bad, dude? And then you're like, oh, okay, but these gory kills, when I do them, I get health back. Because in the old Doom, if you died, you lost every single weapon that you gained throughout the game, and you had to start just from the pistol. Yeah. And so dying was heavily punished. But here they're like, well, we can't have that anytime. So what happens is, if you do a gory kill, you get your health back. If you use a chainsaw, you'll get ammo back. And so now you're in this back and forth of like you're shooting, you're moving around, and also there's no reload. There's no reloading in the game. There's no ducking and covering. You're just moving all the time. You gotta keep moving, and you gotta go get your health back in a almost Bloodborne way. If you get hit, guess what? You go back over there, you kick that fucker's ass, and you get your fucking health back. And you keep going.
How dare that demon touch you?
Fuck that guy. And that's the best part. All these demons... Well, I have a problem with, like, mytholizing the player. Because if you, like, the player's so cool, the player's awesome, then you trick people into having a good time. But the way it's done here is, like, they tell you, like, you're fucking awesome, dude. You're fucking awesome. But the game is hard, and it will kick your ass. So you have to live up to that fucking thing. And it does it so well. You get so many weapons, and... You're always short on ammo. You're always almost dying. And you always have that moment like, okay, if I can make this hit, if I get this shot in, I can get my health back and I can save this whole fucking round. And it happens constantly over and over and over again. And there's that whole like metal fucking dark demon shit. And that stuff can look really stupid and really, like you said, like dumb metal bands, like everyone's trying to be more hardcore than the other.
I'm the coolest guy on campus,
yeah. But somehow Doom comes out being like, no, you don't understand. I'm the fucking real deal. It doesn't take itself serious, but not to the point where it's like Duke Nukem Forever, like, oh, fucking whatever the hell. It's like, I don't take myself serious because I don't give a fuck. This is what I am. Okay, I'm not trying to pretend. It feels so genuine. It's fucking Satan worship and all this garbage. It works so well. And it has kind of a sense of humor for like, oh, this is fucking the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my fucking life. It's so good, Ryan. It's so good. It's one of the best. It is like, it has made me retroactively angry at every single player first-person shooter campaign I've played. And then I played...
It's just the campaign, right? That's good.
Oh, yes. This is all the praise is coming for the campaign. Because the multiplayer is beautiful. Because you look at the multiplayer and like, this is exactly what could have gone wrong. This is it. Like, they don't get it. They don't fucking get it. They pretend to get it. They have the devil horns. And it's like, hell yeah, man. You know what I'm fucking saying?
I just fucking shot you in the dick.
Yeah.
You know, right?
But, yeah. And the part of it, what makes Doom so well, is because the protagonist doesn't say a word. He doesn't say anything. Because it's easy
He doesn't go, fuck yeah.
it's easy to be like a Kratos, right?
Yeah.
Because Kratos is kind of like the Doom character, right? He's angry. He's always angry. But he always talks and he's always yelling about it. He's like, you don't understand!
You killed my wife!
Exactly. And that's kind of what makes Kratos, in my eyes, not as relatable. But this Doom guy is just a cartoon character, but he doesn't say a word. He just does it all through his hands. You only see his hands, and that animation and those movements speak so much about the character than any dialogue could probably do, because they'd probably just say something stupid. It's so good. And then I went back and played classic Doom right after it, and to say how good it is, like it felt just like the new game. I was like, this feels exactly the same except for the health stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's how this game is so good. It perfectly encapsulates what that series is in a way that even the creators, when they made Doom 3 and were trying to make that like 3D jump, they didn't get it.
Yeah.
For me, Doom 2016 is what Super Mario 64 was to Super Mario World. The correct, true 3D version of what that series was. It is so good.
I mean, whatever, man.
Oh, it's so good, Ryan.
Look,
it's
man,
so good.
It is weird how you're saying like this shooter, the campaign is what you play. And fuck the multiplayer.
Oh, the multiplayer is the most forgettable thing. It reminds me a lot of Tomb Raider's multiplayer, which was just which was also not made by Crystal Dynamics. Like it was just made like, we need a multiplayer.
You don't need to have multiplayer.
I don't know why. Like Wolfenstein didn't have multiplayer; it was just single player. I don't know why they felt they needed it for this.
Multiplayer.
Maybe because of the id name.
People are playing Splatoon; they don't need multiplayer.
It's true. It's right. Over. It was the only game. Maybe it's because of that id name. They felt like they needed it because id was like, you know, Quake and all that. Doom was the deathmatch the first one. Like again, you read that chapter in Masters of Doom, which is the book about id Software, and when they put deathmatch in Doom, they were like, this is going to be the biggest video game of all time, because they were like, we're playing together. I just shot you, and we're like, I
just killed you.
They were just like, this is going to change everything, and maybe that's why they felt it. But there's also a creative map thing called Snap Map, which in that Doom spirit is like a mod thing. It sounds like
an independent application.
It does. It sounds like, oh, we're fucking. Don't you hate
At SnapMap, we're trying to build the best product for our customers.
Yeah.
What's our product? Anyways.
So yeah, it's like you can mess around with maps and stuff, and it's kind of like a solution to mods, because again, Doom has that history of mod culture.
Yeah.
And that seems to be the solution. It's cool, but on console, it's just a lot of loading. It's a lot of loading.
That's what you get for consoles, though.
So yeah, in a way, I kind of wish I could take off the multiplayer and just talk about Doom as a single-player campaign, which everyone is, anyways. The 5s and 9s out of 10 are only coming from that single-player campaign.
Yeah,
because nobody cares about that multiplayer. But Doom is like my forerunner for Game of the Year. It is nothing like it. It really is like that, like just rush, just excitement, just it's so good.
This is the game you play your Rush music and you're like, oh yeah.
No, because the soundtrack is incredible.
Oh, okay.
It's like really dirty, grimy, hellish 9 Inch Nails. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like 9 Inch Nails, but like more corroded. Like if 9 Inch Nails was like a garage band, and then like they had to have a lot of equipment, but they still got that sound somehow. And Ryan, if you put it in an audio thing,
there's sixes and devil horns,
and if Doom wasn't what it was, I would scoff and be like, that's stupid. But Doom is the fucking trip to hell, man. It's so good. Anyways, speaking of games that had trouble, the
only person in the world who cares about this game,
Homefront the Revolution, which is another game that had a troubled development and did not turn out the way Doom turned out.
What are you saying, George? Go on.
So, THQ.
I don't like the story already.
THQ. Ryan, you remember THQ?
Nope.
Okay, THQ was a publisher that once existed that made kids video games.
They made some pretty good games, I think.
They made Saints Row, and they made a lot of kids games. In fact, I'm pretty sure THQ standard for toy something. But THQ made a living off licensing games, and then towards their end, they're like, we gotta save this. Let's focus on real games. Darksiders. And one of those big games was Homefront, made by Chaos Studios. It was a game about North Korea coming in and invading, and taking over America, and it doesn't make that much sense, really. It sounds like they wanted to say China the whole time, but they couldn't say China because that would have been...
You can see the lips move, and they're clearly saying...
The whole thing really feels like...
They're clearly saying China, but it's like North Korea.
Yeah. But I'm sorry they didn't say, like, the red enemy. The fucking enemy. But anyways, right. It was this game, and it was the biggest hype game THQ's ever done since, like, Saints Row 3. Like, the marketing was insane. So...
And then what happened to THQ, George?
They filed bankruptcy.
Oh no!
And they sold all their assets.
Oh no!
All their properties, I mean.
How am I going to get more Darksiders games? Oh yeah, I'm not. Moving on. But what happened to Homefront?
So, like I said, that fire sale did go on. Darksiders was picked up by Nordic, and South Park was picked up by Ubisoft, and Evolve, which was a THQ game at one point, by the way, got picked up by 2K. Man, Evolve wouldn't have done any favors if they stayed around to publish that game. But anyways, Crytek, the people who make CryEngine and Crysis, picked up the Homefront IP with all intention to make a brand new game. But Homefront 2 was already in development before THQ went under. But when THQ went under, all those plans were like, we're not making any more video games. And Crytek took up, okay, we're making the sequel now.
So they took what they had and they were going to work from it.
You would imagine at that point they only had like documents and stuff. Like,
okay.
It can't have been that. I think they were only open for like a year more.
Okay. I didn't know how extensive it would
But at that point, yes, you could say that Homefront 2 started at Chaos Studios.
Okay.
So Crytek gets Homefront. Everything goes well. It is Homefront the Revolution is presented in E3 2014, I think. I think that's right. Everything's cool. We see this game, and we're like, yes. It's not even actual. They don't show gameplay. It's just a fake trailer, you know? And even at Judges Week, where, like, people in the press go to look at stuff, they said, like, it wasn't a real demo. It was just a vertical slice. So I was like, okay, it looks like this game's happening. It's happening, right? Okay, well, in 2015, we find out that Crytek has been paying its employees. Hasn't been paying its employees, the people who work at Homefront. What's going on? And we make more digging. People start talking because once you're not paying employees, people are going to talk.
Yeah.
And people, Crytek was in the verge of going bankrupt. And then, lo and behold, like right to the at the end almost, where it seemed like, oh, this is over, it's done. Someone purchased Crytek, or someone invested in Crytek,
so they could finally pay their employees the money that.
Right.
Right.
Well, yeah. So that happens. So now what happens? Like, okay, Crytek was like, well, we got this Homefront game, right? And at some point they were going to publish it with Deep Silver, and they're like, this game, you know what, doesn't seem like the best. But Deep Silver was like, fuck it, we'll take it.
We're Deep Silver, we'll take anything.
Sure. And they took, at that point, Crytek did lay off some of the people from Homefront before they got purchased, because they're like, oh no, this looks like it's coming down. And so at that point, Deep Silver was like, okay, no, take all those people and we'll make a new studio, Dambuster Studio.
Sounds like a good name.
Yeah, it's a bullet bill.
Yeah.
The logo's a bullet bill. So they come together, they get this game, it fucking comes out, and it's here. It's called Homefront the Revolution, and it is not a good video game, Ryan.
Is it a finished video game?
No, it's not a finished video game, and I kind of.
Is it a playable video game?
Not really.
Oh no!
It is frame rate problems, AI problems, clipping, tearing. It's all there. It's not as bad as something. Well, to be fair, I think the first Dead Island game was worse, and that's the thing that got Deep Silver into this whole thing, isn't it? But yeah, but the worst thing about it, Ryan, I played this game and I was like, I'm good to play this faster. I'm all on board.
Yeah.
But then I played it, and I was like, this is just a Far Cry game, man. And you cannot get me to play another Far Cry game. And so,
what are you saying?
That was the most disappointing thing about it. That they didn't even take this thing and make it into something really fucking weird. It's just a Far Cry game. And that's really where this whole conversation ends. It's just a really bad, uninspired, really bad dealing of this whole thing.
There was no marketing for this, was there?
When Crytek had it first, yeah, but then not really.
Not towards launch, though.
No.
The only thing I heard about this game was from you saying, like, Ryan, this game is finally coming out. Everyone's excited. I'm excited. I'm curious. I don't know how to feel.
I just want to see this disaster. So yeah, it came out, and people thought maybe there's hope for it. there's part of Time Splitters 2 in it. You can play Time Splitters 2 in it.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. It's like GoldenEye. But that's the thing. It's just a bad Far Cry. It's like a bad urban Far Cry. And the stuff it does with about politics and stuff is so shitty. And I looked up the ending. And I'm going to tell you what. That ending is garbage. It's really bad. It's really bad. Like, the person who's your friend through the whole game just sacrifices herself to blow up the tank. And then you just blow up a drone. And you're like, you did it, kid. You did it. You started a revolution. And I was like, my friend died. All I did was blow up a fucking machine. And it's all we won. We fucking won.
We got their one tank. It's World War I. They only had one tank.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
It's so bad.
It's weird.
And that's where the story. That's the thing that makes me mad about this game. It's not even interesting to play. It's not an interesting disaster.
That doesn't seem like how a game should end. It feels like they're like, all right, chapter 1 is done. Wait, what? Make more? Oh no, we're not going to do that.
Oh yeah, and that too. Like, I only played through like the first 2 hours, but people tell me that it can't find its pace and it just drags on until it gets to the ending, and has nothing interesting to say. So yeah, it's Homefront the Revolution.
Let's talk about another shooter, George. One that's
kind of
popular.
better, just a little bit better.
What?
Overwatch.
Snap.
Which is the product of another failed game, Project Titan from Blizzard.
Yeah, that's what it was.
This was the game that rose up from all that stuff, which was the MMO that was supposed to take over World of Warcraft, but it never came. It is a team-based, Team Fortress-like shooter with a bevy of characters, characters that define how you play the game. That is given like a really cool animation style. Similar to, I don't know what I would compare it to. I guess like a Pixar animated film, because you have those shorts and they do look a lot like a Pixar animated film. So I mean, I only played like about 8 to 9 hours, and I don't know how much I can say about it other than it's really dynamic and there's a lot of layers to it. Like, you played a little bit, Ryan.
I did play a little bit of it,
and there's a lot going on.
Yeah, I was confused for the most part, but then again, I just kind of dropped into it.
Sure, but it is a shooter that has all these elements, but tries to present it in the most friendly way possible.
Yeah, it looks very like
it
isn't open for anyone to just jump in.
It doesn't want to make you feel bad. It isn't obsessed with like saying like, well, you died this many times. It's saying like, hey,
fuck
you did stuff, and here is the worth of that stuff. And it's like, well, you're doing better like than you did last time, and stuff like that. And that mixing up with all those with your team and all the classes, it builds a game that has some legs and is super fun and cool to look at.
Yeah, I mean, I really dislike shooter games, but this one is like, it looks super interesting to me. I almost bought it like twice, and then I was like, I don't have a lot of money actually to drop $40-$60 on it.
Right, it is a $40-$60, and what is here is really just like 4 game modes, and that's it. I
mean, really, that's all you need.
And you can play with bots, which I really like.
Yeah, not a lot of games do that anymore.
Which I really like bots. Bring back bots. I like bots.
Yeah. Is there cross-platform
nope.
play? Okay.
That seems to be the biggest issue, because you have people, like, this is a game that everyone's playing, but not everyone's playing together.
I feel like most people would play this on the PC just because of Blizzard. But then again, you have those people who like, oh, I don't have a strong PC, so I'm going to get this game on my Xbox because I'm a fucking tool.
And there are certain characters on that game that you're like, this is a piece, this guy's a mouse. Like Tracer, the main character, that character is a mouse character. Because her whole thing is like being fast and just annoying. Like her whole thing is like, you are to annoy the player, have them follow you and just shoot them a little bit, and we'll do this thing.
Yeah, I like characters like that.
And you need a mouse for that. Like, but it still works. I mean, it runs at 30 on console, not 60, but it all works. Obviously, people are liking it, I'd say.
Yeah, I think this is like the most popular game of the month.
It's weird how this game that has so little content, but does what it has so well that everyone is kind of obsessed with it. Like, they focused on that thing, like this team-based, class-based shooter.
Yeah.
And it's like so tight that people like really have grabbed onto it.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what Splatoon was. Splatoon was all about its online multiplayer, and people, I mean, there is a single-player element to Splatoon, but I mean, playing that feels a bit tacked on. It's still fun, but
it does feel kind of tacked on.
But
the boss fights are cool.
I think making a game for like the sole intention of like it's going to be online, but not being like kind of generic about it, works very well. Mm-hmm. Like trying to think outside the box a bit.
I think that the accessibility of both those games. I think there's a lot you can compare between Splatoon and Overwatch and the way they tackled the genre.
Yeah, made changes to it
and made it revitalized it. A little bit. Yeah, Overwatch. Again, I only played 18. I'm not going to play more of it because, well, first of all, I only rented it. And really, I was left like, I get this thing, and I appreciate it.
You get why people like it.
I'm in here. I can appreciate the memes, and that's really all I need because those Overwatch memes are very good and very dank, and I very like them.
Overwatch. Buy it for the memes. Keep it for the memes.
Enter for the shooting, stay for the memes.
Okay, I like that review.
Yeah, good stuff. Ryan, we're running a little long here, but do you still want to talk quickly what you've been messing around with?
Yeah, I haven't been playing anything new this month. Mostly just working on backlog because all the stuff that came out was for consoles I don't own.
Correct.
Because I only have a Wii U and a PC, and PC stuff is too expensive for me. I got back into Stardew Valley. That game is still fucking amazing. It's still probably my favorite game of the year. Mm-hmm. It's amazing. I'm playing a little bit of Twilight Princess HD. It's still Twilight Princess. It's still fun. And then I've been working on Pokemon Yellow some more. I did the Mew glitch. Recently, the Mew glitch.
Still works, huh?
I didn't even look it up. I just remembered it as a kid.
It still works.
Yeah, it still works. And from what I've read online, the Missing No glitch still works too.
Huh. So yeah, it's just a straight up emulated version.
So it brings up a lot of like, how is... Because you can trade Pokemon from Red, Blue, and Yellow to Sun and Moon. So could you trade Missing No to those new games? What would it do? Would you get Polygon Z, the glitch Pokemon? God, I hope that's what happens.
That's cool. So yeah, they are just straight up emulated versions.
Yeah, having the Mew glitch, it was super cool doing that on like a newer platform.
Yeah.
And yeah, all those games are super fun. And Stardew Valley, I haven't played that in 2 months, but I still was able to like hop into it and like kind of remember what I was doing, and that felt very satisfying to me.
That's
I don't know.
good.
That's a fucking. I love that game.
Someone made a nude mod for that game. Did you see that?
No, and now I'm upset.
So the little pixel guys are still like like that. You can't see them naked.
But the portraits are.
But the portraits are busty and stuff.
Oh.
And they don't have clothes, so you can see the outline of their breasts.
You can see the boobs.
Kind of, yeah.
I don't like that. And also, what's cool about Stardew is the guy is still the people working on it. I believe it's. I think it's either a small team or one guy.
He might have expanded it now, but it was one guy.
He's still making updates for it, and he's going to. He like did a poll on Twitter about like, hey, who do you want me to make a marriageable candidate? So more people in the game are going to be marriageable. I think one of the people who are chosen is like currently married, so apparently you'll be able to ruin a marriage in the game, which sounds amazing to me. And then there's also he's adding more dialogue to like little moments that kind of like really that just make the game feel a lot more alive. Mm-hmm. Like when it first launched, there were a few things that felt like very like, oh, that feels like kind of like normal like dialogue that's just like kind of put in there. Mm-hmm. But now playing in it after like a few updates, it's like, oh, this is a lot more fleshed out. And I'm really glad that the guy's still working on it in that respect.
Did that come out in March or February?
That came out in February.
Okay.
I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, it seemed like he always had the expectation. He always planned, like, we're going to keep working on this.
Yeah, and good, because...
Good for that guy. That game's going to sell throughout the year, probably.
Yeah, and I believe ports are being worked out.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that. I would imagine. Maybe we'll hear something on E3? There's always a section where you hear some indies at the big... And Stardew Valley is a name people recognize.
Oh, yeah, Stardew... I don't know.
Maybe Inside will fucking finally come out. I don't know.
Oh, that's on my list.
That's probably on our E3 things.
That's definitely on my E3 thing. I don't think Stardew Valley. I think that'd be too soon. Maybe later in the summer, something might be revealed about.
Maybe. I mean, there's a lot of conferences.
I mean, I'd love it.
So yeah.
I'm not going to buy it, but
because you already have it.
Yeah.
All right, so let's quickly rattle off the games of June because this is a long ass episode.
Yeah.
All right, so first off, that comes out like I think 2 days from now. Dangerous Golf. This is the first game by the studio who left Criterion, who made Burnout. It is Burnout with a golf ball. You have a golf ball, you shoot it, and you do crash mode inside the room. You move around the ball, and you explode everything and get a high score. The numbers go up, the explosions go up. It looks awesome. Looks great.
Okay.
Edge of Nowhere. This is the next game by Insomniac, who made Ratchet & Clank and Sunset Overdrive and Spire the Dragon. It is an Oculus exclusive. It is a third-person adventure game. Lovecraftian fucking thing. It looks really cool. It is Oculus exclusive, though. I don't know if you need an Oculus. It is third person, but it is...
A lot of Oculus games are like they have...
It is published by Oculus, though, so it probably is.
Yeah, probably forced exclusive.
So I hope that game's good for them because, God, the Ratchet & Clank game did well. They came back on their feet.
They need more hits in the modern day.
They definitely need more hits. So, Mirror's Edge Catalyst.
Everyone's excited for this.
This is the sequel we thought we'd never get, ever.
Yeah.
Mirror's Edge is it's weird. Like, it's going to be the week before. I'm like, oh, fucking shit, we're getting a new Mirror's Edge game. Holy shit, man.
I think people are just now, like, kind of realizing that.
This is fucking happening. Holy shit, dude. Church is making the theme song for that game. So, Mirror's Edge Catalyst seems to be rebooting the franchise. We didn't talk about it, but they're also planning a TV series for Mirror's Edge.
I don't know about that.
I don't know what's going to happen either, but that's why I didn't talk about it. It's probably not. But excited for Mirror's Edge. Hopefully it all pans out. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully people buy it. Hopefully we get more Mirror's Edge. I'm totally okay with getting Mirror's Edge.
Yeah.
Totally good. I'm excited. Mirror's Edge. Bueno. Good. Odin Sphere. This is... man, I can't pronounce this. Leaf Razor? Odin Sphere is the sequel to the PS2 game Odin Sphere, and the next game by Vanillaware, who made Dragon's Crown.
How come instead of putting two, they put Leaf and Razor?
I don't know.
That seems like a weird move.
So Vanillaware is known for their beautiful, beautiful fucking art and their awesome combat games. Again, Dragon's Crown. Most people would know that with the sorceress character with the big boobs. That's how most people would know Dragon's Crown.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, that's coming out. Kirby, Planet Robobot.
Everyone's looking forward to it.
Fucking Kirby game. But I think I might be able to get my hands on this, so I might play it.
You might play it?
Maybe.
I've been thinking about it.
You're always thinking about it. You could pick it up a Kirby game.
You see, the thing is, I look at new Kirby games and I'm like, this is the same game, and I always get it. I didn't get Return to Dreamland, though. That's the one modern one I didn't get. And that one was apparently...
that game.
The Wii one that had 4-player co-op.
You didn't pick up... Return to Dreamland was the one that was good, actually, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Triple Deluxe was okay.
You didn't get Rainbow Curse.
I did. That wasn't a Kirby game. that was something else.
You got Epic Yarn.
I did get Epic Yarn. That was a mistake, though.
Good Prince Fluff game.
That was a good Prince Fluff game. Not a good Kirby game. But Robobot, it looks to be probably the same quality of Triple Deluxe.
That's what everyone's saying.
Amiibo support's cool. I think the Amiibo support for it is good support. Good use of it.
What is it, Ryan? I don't know what that is.
You can put down Amiibos and it gives you such special abilities. So you put down your Kirby Amiibo and Kirby will gain the abilities of Kirby from Smash Bros. So all of his moves will be mapped to the Smash Bros. Moves. So side B would be the hammer, up would be the up sword, down would be rock. And then I think if you tap in the Waddle Dee, he gets the Waddle Dee powers, which is the spear. He'll get the King Deity powers, and he'll get this sword, Meta Knight powers. Yeah. And I think the other amiibos do something too. I think they might just give him random powers. I don't know for certain. Mm-hmm. But I know but this is coming with the main line of Kirby amiibos, which is cool. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it'll probably be good.
Yeah.
I don't have any Kirby amiibos though, so I'll have to buy some.
No, I don't. No, I don't have any. I don't know. I might try this out. I don't like Kirby games. I might play it because why the fuck not?
Also, there's a cool side mode where you play like a 3D world Kirby. It's just a side mode.
I saw that when I saw it.
And from what I've heard, people absolutely love that, and they wish it was an actual game and not just a side thing.
I saw a glimpse of that.
Yeah.
Okay. Might number 9 finally comes out.
Oh man.
Listen.
Who cares?
This game looks bad.
It looks terrible.
It might play good.
It probably will play like a normal Mega Man game.
It looks like a faster Mega Man game. Again, it might play
well. But this game is so fast. Look, it's got the gun, it's got the slide, it's got everything. This ain't for anime fans. Oh. Remember, George? Remember the commercial that everyone loved and that made me put a gun in my mouth?
I have no idea how much Might Number 9 is going to sell. They have burned every single bridge with this game.
The only copies this is going to sell are the people who bought the game when it was just a bunch of test footage.
Yep.
That's it.
Man, that game looked so good though, and it was.
It did look good. It looked amazing. I deeply wanted to get it, but then I remembered I'm not good at Mega Man games.
That's true. That's always the truth.
But then this game turned into a disaster, and I'm really.
I don't even think I'm gonna play this.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
That's a shame.
I might. Just to see.
Out of curiosity.
Because there is a physical version coming out.
It's coming out on everything. It's even...
It's on every... Well, let's see if the 3DS and Vita ports ever come out, but...
They're supposed to come out this year.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
So, I don't know.
So, those people who ask, like, I want the PlayStation Vita version of Mighty Number 9.
I bet you there are more people who want the Vita version than the 3DS version.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, so... Mighty Number 9's coming out. Probably gonna be bad. Maybe it won't. I don't fucking know.
It'll probably be just average. But people
and then we'll forget about it.
But there's so much bad blood in it.
So, and $3 million that went in. Well,
$3 million that probably went to just grow some man's ego.
So I don't know. To be
that went
$3
to make an
million
animated
is not
series.
a lot to make a video game, but to make a Mega Man game, I would say it's a lot for what we're looking on screen. That I was like, ooh. Umbrella Corps. It's that 3D Resident Evil game shooter. You forgot it was coming out? I forgot it was coming out. It's coming out, though. I don't know what else to say about it. Let's
move on.
Mario and Sonic are back at the Olympic Games.
Yeah, this time on the Wii U. It'll probably be okay.
The best thing of that game, they already revealed in the trailer, which was they took Shy Guy's mask off, and we found out there was nothing there. That's literally the best thing about that game. So, fuck it. We already know about it.
And this is the Wii U version. The 3DS version came out in March, and it was.
That's how we found out about that.
Yeah,
right?
And it was like it came up, and people were like, "What's going to happen to the Wii U version?" And you probably said they're like, "Haha, shut up." But yeah, this will probably be okay. I never liked these games. No.
They're coming out.
It'll be okay.
Whatever. Tokyo Mirage Sessions #FE.
This is the game that you and me
are
really excited to the most.
Yeah. This is the Atlas and Nintendo crossover RPG game.
Intelligent Systems. To be specific.
Yes, it is a Persona-like RPG.
Mm-hmm.
Very mixed with a lot of teen idol Japanese stuff
and a lot of Fire Emblem stuff too.
Very colorful. It seems like a Persona game. If Persona was a lot more Japan, a lot more pop centric.
It definitely took on its own identity.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate.
Envisioned.
Yeah, because when people said, Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem, I know what that would be. It's going to be
the most hardcore RPG ever, and it's not.
And then it's got all this J-pop in it.
I think that's what it was, because when you think about those two series combined, this is the most hardcore RPG ever made, known to man.
And the gameplay will probably be hardcore. It looks hardcore. It's just the style of it is very...
I love the style of aesthetic.
It's beautiful, and it'll probably be great. I think the reviews in Japan were mostly positive.
Yeah. Also, it's sold awful in Japan.
Well, I mean...
Yeah, what are you
going to do?
Bayonetta 2 sold way more here. Not by much, but Bayonetta 2 died.
It's a hard game to market, but it'll probably be a good game.
It seems like the interest is already there for this game.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, because those videos... I see there are videos on Nintendo's webpage, and they're doing pretty good. People want this game. So I'm excited for that. Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens, I'm going to mess around with it and then be like, this is a Lego game. I'm out.
You're not a huge fan of Lego games either?
I fucking hate Lego games.
Yeah, me too. I keep wanting to like them because they have so much cool IP. They work with so many cool IPs, but it's the gameplay is not great, and the gameplay doesn't really evolve.
It totally feels like a game if I was a little kid and my grandma got me this game and I have 5 hours to kill to find a fucking wall, to find this fucking switch. I don't fucking know. That's that whole fucking game.
I mean, I think this is cool, especially because Lego, their games really became popular because of Star Wars. The first Lego Star Wars game was hugely popular.
Time's a flat circle.
And which is crazy because that was based off the prequels, the first one. But yeah, it'll probably be really good for Lego fans.
Yep. Star Ocean. There's a new Star Ocean game coming out. You probably forgot. New game by Tri-Ace, new Star Ocean game. I'm just mentioning it because hopefully someone buys it, because I want more JRPGs.
Yeah.
Not Star Ocean, because I have no affinity for Star Ocean, but it's coming out. There you go. It's very anime. Zero Time Dilemma, the third game in the Zero Escape series, 999 and Virtue's Last Reward.
The games you heard of but never played?
Exactly. The game that guy on the internet tells you, yo, this fucking game is the best video game ever made. Like, literally, that's what everyone's...
Yeah, that's what I want to get
like,
these games.
This fucking game will fucking wreck your shit, dude. And
this game will make you question everything you've ever known.
And it's just text and no, it's fucking crazy.
It's the best text I've ever seen.
This is made by Spike Chunsoft, who also made the Danganronpa games, which I really, really like.
Oh, Spike Chunsoft. Yeah, they would do that, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, so a lot of hype for this game.
Yeah,
a lot of hype. People like
the fans of this are
like again, everyone who plays this series like no, like this game. Trust me, it will fuck you up. It's so good.
Is this said to be the final in this series, or is this the third?
It's just the third. I thought I read that it might have been the last one.
I feel like at this point it would be good to have a compilation of it, because these names are so complicated.
Yeah,
and I feel like having all that in one package would be the best marketing move.
You can get $9.99 on an iPhone and the original DS. You can't get
it's on iPhone?
It is on iPhone.
But we don't have iPhones,
We don't have iPhones. So
we have Androids.
And I also hear that $9.99 is actually best watched as a YouTube video.
Really?
Because $9.99... because the cool thing about this series is that Virtue's Last Reward lets you immediately do stuff to change the outcome of the endings, to see all the ways it could have gone. And $9.99 doesn't let you do that. You have to replay the whole thing over again. I don't know. Again, there are always people who say, like, no, you gotta play it. You gotta fucking play it.
You gotta play it.
And it's not like it's a rare game. You can get it on Amazon, shipped from Prime for $15. It's just if I have time. Yeah, I really want to, because the hype for these games is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's a game that I've been wanting to play $9.99 for years. Mm-hmm. Like since I was 12 years old, I've been wanting to play it.
And everyone thinks they were cool at one point, because that came out late in the DS. Everyone was cool, like, no man, this fucking game, you don't know about games. The DS.
I can't believe they didn't put $9.99 on their list of top 10 Nintendo DS games, because that's the game that fucking changed everything.
Nintendo Power did put it on their list of best video games of all time before they died.
Good. That's a good game.
In fact, they credit themselves for the only reason you fucking know about this cool video game is because of us. I'm like, fuck off. Literally every person who ever had a voice and said something about that game says that. So, yeah, people killing each other, fun times. That's what that game is.
So that's June.
Oh man, what a long episode. That was a walk. Man, we talked about stuff. We talked about Battlefield 1, the first Battlefield. It's a great time to be a Battlefield fan. Finally, the first Battlefield game finally reveals itself. I'm really excited.
So for June, we're not gonna.
Oh right, we gotta mention we are doing an E3 podcast. We were originally gonna record it now and release it soon. But we thought we might just wait one more week.
Because stuff has already started to drop.
Right. So, in case anything else leaks, and stuff will probably leak after, but we want to be less wrong.
Yeah.
So
because I'm already wrong about a few things.
Right. So
that's going to come out next week, probably.
Yes.
And then for the week of E3, we're going to put some... We're probably going to put some stuff out that
We'll probably have an episode coming out hot after E3.
Because,
we don't want to wait till the end of the month.
Because no one's going to really care anymore. And I think some stuff happens at the end of June, too. Stuff always happens at the end of June.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting.
So, expect a lot of stuff coming out. More stuff to pimp. I have a preview of a Sony Santa Monica game. It's called Bound. It is a very, very, very fucking good video game. I think from what I've talked to the community manager at Sony Santa Monica, it sounds like they're going to talk about it at E3.
Good.
If you want to read about that game, you can go to jcruzalvarez.tumblr.com and read that preview. I really like this game. Really excited. Go read it. It's really fucking cool. This game is really fucking cool. And it might come together. It might not come together, but we do have a little special video thing we're doing.
Yeah.
We might talk about it once it gets closer. But yeah, stuff's coming out. Stuff's happening.
We're starting to do stuff again.
Yeah, stuff's happening. Video games are here. They're all around
real.
us. There's too much. They're too real. They're consuming me. There's endless possibilities. I don't know.
I'm doing good, though.
That's a podcast. For George and Ryan Video Games, I'm George.
I'm Ryan, and that's Video Games.
That's Video Games.